Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar. Today I am going to introduce one of my close friend. Apart my friend, he is a person of inspiration for my generation people as well as for your generation also. The person who cracked the examination for 3 times, in 2011, in 2012, in 2013 as well as in 2016 also, because of the 2 extra attempts which is given by the Congress government in 2014. But the best ranks were in 2012, the rank is 141, and for 2013 the rank was 114. Again, because of getting extra attempts, again he got a rank in 2016, 500 rank, but he thought 2000 rank is better, 2013 rank is better, so he continued with that. In 2012 he was been selected as Indian Revenue Service Officer, Income Tax, and in 2013 Indian Police Service Officer, Karnataka cadre. In 2016 he got the rank, 500 rank, but the rank is far, so he's continued with the 2013 rank only. So in this context, I want to introduce you everyone, the Shiva Prakash Devaraju. Welcome, Shiva Prakash.
Thank you, Vishnu.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, I am. So students, everyone, whether Shiva Prakash is audible to you all? Yes, very good. So we are very happy, Shiva Prakash Devaraju. We are very happy. So our students have a lot of queries. So we have 3 agendas today. Number 1 is anthropology strategy. Number 2, how to make proper notes. Number 3, the motivation, means we want to know about your life story so that it will be useful for our students in any point of life. So we will start with anthropology strategy. Please, everything is yours now, Shiva Prakash.
Thank you, Vishnu. Good afternoon, everyone. Vishnu, as he told, he's my school friend, and we prepared together for some point of time when I was in Hyderabad. Like the saying goes, all roads lead to Rome. We encounter a lot of new friends. We discover old friends in the course of preparation of UPSC. So that's why I met Vishnu after a long time. After my school, I haven't met him. Then I met during the preparation. Uh, uh, I'm happy that Vishnu is teaching anthropology and guiding students. And recently, I've seen his success stories also in Facebook. So yesterday, while I was speaking with him in phone after a long time, then I said, if there is anything from my side, I'll be able to tell you. Then immediately he arranged this meeting. Hope it will be useful for you. I'm not going to tell my stories or tell success stories or anything. I'm not going to waste your time. Uh, and I also advise everyone not to listen to anyone's stories or anything because they don't actually add much value to your preparation. The only part of stories which will be useful is how they prepared and what is the strategy. On that note, without wasting much time, since the time given is 1 hour, I would like to stress more on the third part, that is the motivation, which I would like to convert into. I'll tell something about myself, and you can ask questions. You can basically relate with the background, with the style of preparation, and all, and then you can ask me questions. But I'll directly go into the topics. First, anthropology. My 2011, when I wrote, my optionals were geography and anthropology. I scored 320 in geography and 320, 330 something in anthropology. They were good marks. So I got 141 rank. That time I did not opt IPS, so I took IRS-IT. Then again in 2030, as Vishnu said, CSC 2013, it was one optional then. Then I took anthropology. I scored very good marks, 359. So then I got 114 rank. So that's how my love for anthropology continued. Later also, whenever I wrote exam once again, then also I scored good in anthropology because of few things which I while preparing for anthropology, which I kept in mind and which you all should keep in mind. I'll just directly go into the matter. First and foremost thing for anything, GS, your optional, and especially anthropology. First thing is, first work you have to do is you have to take a printout of the syllabus and keep it with you. Stick it in your room. You read the syllabus 10 times, 100 times till you know each and every topic of your syllabus. If you don't do that, you can forget about your preparation. This is the first and most important thing that you have to do is you have to take printout of your syllabus and you stick it in your room and daily read it till all the topics are there at your fingertips. That's the first most important thing. Now, why I'm asking you to read the syllabus? First thing, you will understand the importance of the subject. Why actually, why like what is the reason behind keeping anthropology as an optional subject in UPSC? What is the importance of the subject? How it is going to help you as an administrator when you become one? So the, you'll know the importance of the subject. That means, suppose, why is anthropology used? Why is sociology used? What is the importance of anthropology in Indian context? And you can, whenever you need read the news or any article or any subject, basically you will be able to correlate the topics in that in your syllabus to the events, so that you can understand the importance of the subject. Second one is scope of the subject. You will understand till what extent civil services examination is testing you. Some people, I have seen many people, in fact, during the course of my preparation, whenever the whenever they study an optional subject, any optional subject, be it Telugu literature, be it anthropology, be it geography, be it anything, they tend to go very deep. Some people, in fact, go to an extent that they pursue MScs, PhDs in the subjects. Now, UPSC or civil service examination doesn't want you to do PhDs in subjects. Please make it very clear to you. They don't want you to be a PhD doctoral fellowship or something. What they want is whether you understood the topics given in the syllabus and how you are going to apply in the current events and how it will be helpful for you in the administration. So these 3 points are the scope of the syllabus. So that means without knowing what to study and how to study, you cannot basically jump into it, because this is a common mistake which actually people do. People are very good. I admit many people actually might have studied, might have more knowledge than me or anyone in anthropology. They might have studied 100 books, 200 books, and they might have excellent knowledge about all the tribes, all the theories, everything. But if there is a question given, if you can't apply that knowledge to a given question, there is a general question. If the question says, say, what is the, I'm just giving an example. If the question is asked, what is the role of Hindu code law on family systems, it may be in sociology or anthropology. Now you have to apply, what you have to understand the Indian social system, the family system, what is the law and how it is relevant to the social system here. I'm not trying to complicate the things. I know you are just preparing, you are just starting up with the optional. I'm just please try to understand why the optional is given. Again, I'm stressing, do not research on unnecessary things. You understand the topic and you try to apply it. Application of a given concept is very important in civil services examination. So this is my first subtopic, syllabus. You read the syllabus 100 times. You should have it in the back of your mind. What are the topics in anthropology? If you close your eyes, because anthropology is a very diverse, very, very diverse subject. There are hundreds of topics, hundreds of subtopics. So very vast. It has something from history. It has something from political science. It has something from sociology. It has something from biology. So you have to have all these topics in your mind. So this is the first subtopic. Second subtopic is anthropology specific. How do you basically analyze anthropology? How do you understand anthropology? The best way I found out of my 3-year preparation anthropology is you understand the branches of anthropology. Now you keep an anthropology in the middle of your page. You list down what all anthropology can cover. It's there in your syllabus also. Just make this exercise today itself. You take a white paper, you put anthropology in the middle of your paper and prepare a mind map kind of a thing. You put branches. What are the different branches? You have physical anthropology. You have social anthropology. You have economic anthropology. You have political anthropology. You have linguistic anthropology. You have applied anthropology. You have archaeological anthropology. So what I'm saying is anthropology basically covers all these things. And in each of these things, again, there are subparts. Suppose in the physical anthropology, you deal with diseases, epidemiological anthropology. You deal with forensic anthropology. You deal with genetic anthropology, genetics, basically. So, and even in social anthropology, you deal with family, you deal with kinship, you deal with marriages. So, what I'm saying is, you, after reading the syllabus, you prepare this kind of chart so that nothing escapes from your preparation. I always believed one thing: when you prepare like an Australian cricket team. What does Australian cricket team do? It never leaves anything unturned. You give spin, they'll play well. You give swing, they'll play well. You give them fast bowling, they'll play well. Or you give spin pitch, they'll play well. So what I'm saying is, why? Because they think of all possibilities that can go wrong, and they'll be prepared in advance. They'll not be surprised. So similarly, when you prepare for optional and you aim to score 350 or above, you should not be surprised in the exam. You know what many people do is they read a particular section and they are experts in that subject. Like say suppose some people have this social anthropology. They prepare social anthropology very well. They have family, kinship, marriages, their examples at their fingertips. But they ignore epidemiological anthropology. And if suddenly 2-3 questions crop up in epidemiological anthropology, then you lost the marks. So there should be balance in your preparation. You should not leave any topic left. That is the whole idea of representing different branches of anthropology on a paper. So kindly, I suggest you do this exercise today itself, today or within this week. Because if you are to start the preparation, this is the first step. You have to do this step. And you keep that, as I told, how, when do you know different branches and sub branches? When you read the syllabus 10 times, 20 times. Or during the course of your preparation, suddenly you feel, oh, this is also one important branch which I left out. Then you can anyways and add it to a branch, add it as a leaf, add it as a branch. I hope everyone is using mind maps. I think mind maps is a very good tool for what do you say, brainstorming or representing large material. So this is my second subtopic. So till now I covered 2 subtopics. One is syllabus, the importance and scope, what civil services wants from you. Please understand that. It is like the most trickiest thing. If you, most people don't understand the first step. So the entire preparation goes in wrong direction. You please understand what civil services wants from you, examination wants from you. They, again I'm stressing, they don't want PhDs from you. They don't want you to study a particular tribe in detail and come up with solutions. No, they don't want that. You need to have a general idea of total syllabus, what is the importance for you as an administrator, and how is it helping you while studying your current events or other topics, other subjects even. How are you able to correlate it with the anthropology subject? So, and the second point, as I told, understanding the branches of anthropology. This is specific to anthropology. Please understand what are the branches and sub branches of anthropology. List out all the branches and sub branches in one paper, a big paper, preferably an A3 paper, and keep it with you. Stick it somewhere so that every time you see, you just, for you or even for your satisfaction, when you see the chart, you will understand what topics you have covered and what topics you have not covered. So it is very important. So this is my second topic. And the third topic is how to prepare for a topic, a particular topic. Say for example, marriage is one topic in anthropology which is most important thing. Now my simple formula was, I think it was Vinil Krishna or Vinil Chaitanya, I don't remember. He was an IS officer. Vinil Krishna, I think. His notes was available in Ashok Nagar that time, geography when I was studying. The great thing about that notes, which inspired me to prepare notes in that direction, is Vinil Krishna wrote his each and every topic notes on geography. Each and every topic. Geography is also a very vast subject. That means whatever is there in the syllabus, you have a 1 page, 1.5 page note for it. What do you have notes? Now, when you prepare notes, don't rewrite all the things that are there in market, already there in the market, or already there in others' notes. You have lots of notes in the market, and Vishnu, I think he will give you notes. You have a lot of already existing anthropology material. Now don't replicate the same notes in your notes. It doesn't serve any purpose. When you write notes, that means you know the top to bottom of it. You know the head and tail of it. You know everything about the notes. Now I take a simple topic. I say kinship. Okay, kinship, or I say for example marriage. Marriage is one topic. I'm not able to remember exactly because it's been long. So I cannot give you examples of types, but I'll just give an example of marriage. Marriage. Now, when you prepare for marriage, first and foremost, for any topic, there are three parts. For anything in this world, there are three parts. Don't forget about topic. It should be beginning, middle, and an end. That means introduction, content, and conclusion. For any topic. For any topic in this world. For any movie, you should have beginning, middle, and end. Everything you have to have three parts. Now, introduction. What do you have in introduction? Introduction is basically how you introduce the topic. That means you write what in general you know about the topic. Now suppose again I'm coming to the same example, marriage. When I say marriage in anthropology, you introduce the topic, or you write in the notes saying that marriage is a important social system or social construct in almost all the societies in the world. This is the best introduction you can give about marriage. Marriage is a very common thing. Without marriage, in all societies, all communities, you have a system or social construct, social contract, or social system called marriage. There is no denying it. So I'm just giving an example again. You may have better introductions, but the simplest thing is marriage is the most common or most what do you say? It is the most common thing that we see in across all communities. Now, when you come to content, what do you have in marriage? The most important in anthropology, especially in social anthropology, political anthropology, economic anthropology, is the definitions. So many anthropologists actually give you so many definitions. Remembering everything is very difficult, I understand. but I think you have to remember the most famous ones, especially those anthropologists who are given based on their very important theories, functional theory. There are different theories you will learn about anthropological theories. So at least 2-3 very good definitions you have to quote. Again, then comes the next para, then comes your classification, if you have any, for everything you have. So in marriage, if there are different types of marriages, one man, one male, one female, one male, different females, different female, one female, one male, male, and again preferential marriages, or there are different terms. I'm not able to exactly tell you different things, and since you're beginning also, don't bother about them, you will be reading them. But what I'm saying is classification. Every topic of yours should have classification. Then comes your explaining the parts. Examples in anthropology are very, very important, especially in social anthropology. You have to give examples of the tribes, communities, societies. Suppose, what is the marriage system in Nair? If you can explain it in one good paragraph, small paragraph, what is the system of marriage that are done in Nair, that were done, sorry, not now, that were done in Nair communities? What is the in Khasi community, or some different communities? You have Melanesian tribes, Polynesian tribes, hundreds of Samoan tribes, hundreds of tribes where marriage, there are distinct examples of marriages. You can use very good distinct examples of tribes. Quoting tribes and communities is very important in social anthropology, especially. Why am I explaining only social anthropology? Social anthropology is your core. It is your core for total anthropology. No, I'm not saying you have to read only social anthropology. What I'm saying is if you understand social anthropology, you can basically cover other topics at ease. So, and after examples, you can give your opinion. If it is an opinion based question, obviously you start directly with an opinion. But if they ask generally, explain the marriage systems, different marriage systems in different communities in the world, in different tribes in the world. This is a very direct question. They are not asking such direct questions, but I'm preparing a structure for a direct question. Or how do you make notes? So this fourth para comes is the opinion. That means basically, if some marriages is a social construct which cannot be defined. Every definition is a incomplete one, or there are what is the functional requirement of a marriage, how marriages are, what is the importance of marriage in current societies, especially. So I'm just again giving an example on marriage. Suppose there is a question that is asked, if they ask you, how are the traditional marriage systems relevant in current day world where the diverse rates are increasing? Now this is a question. This is basically purely an opinion based question. This is again a sociology question and an anthropology question. Now you have to basically start with, you have to be prepared in your notes about tackling these type of questions. Then how do you basically deal with such type of questions? So for that, you need to write pros and cons of a system, or in this context, what is happening with that particular system. We have become isolated communities or nuclear families. We live away from our parents and our relatives. We have become independent. No, individuality has increased. Economic importance has increased. Diverse rate is increasing. Now, in this context, whether in your opinion you would like to study marriages or you would not like to study marriages, that is up to you. I'm not telling you write the opinion in this term only. by after your preparation or during the course of preparation, you will develop some idea or opinion on it. So based on that, you basically write your opinion in your notes first. Then fifth one is applied anthropology. Again, it is same. Opinion and applied anthropology can be clubbed. It is very, very important. Applied anthropology. Applied anthropology is a current topic, and I think you can expect a lot of questions in future anthropology optional from applied anthropology. Applied anthropology is basically how you apply anthropological concepts to current day in solving current day problems, women related problems, family related problems, political related problems, caste related problems, religion related problems, health related problems, so many things. Suppose I'm again giving an example. Suppose at a particular tribe, there is a study saying that a particular tribe or particular community do not take immunization. Now, instead of approaching the problem directly, enforcing the thing, current way of thought of governments is to apply this applied anthropology. You have to basically study why is there any taboo in that community or tribal societies for not taking immunization programs. What is the problem? This is a study basically they are currently doing, and it is very famous in the US. So what I'm saying is, for every topic of yours, again, whatever I speak may appear irrelevant for you at this point of time, but you will appreciate this once you start your preparation. I'm just giving what your notes should contain. Watch each topic of your notes should contain. So this is applied anthropology is one. And finally, conclusion. Prepare a good conclusion. Based on anything. Conclusion should be very important. It's as important as your introduction. Conclusion basically drives home the point of view of you to the examiner. He will understand what did you really understand, or did you just write an answer. So if it is an opinion based thing, compulsory conclude with your points. And many people say, it should be balanced view. I leave it up to you how a conclusion should be prepared, but there should be some conclusion. You should not just leave it open ended. You should conclude your topic. So without making much complex, again I'll come to this third part and summarize. I was just speaking how to basically prepare notes for each topic. When you prepare notes for each topic, you have to have three parts. One is introduction, second is content, third is conclusion. Introduction and conclusion I will not speak, I already spoken. Content part I will just again write the points which you have to write it in your notes. One is definitions, classifications, second one is classifications, third one is examples, fourth one is opinions, fifth one is applied part of it, of the concept, and then comes your conclusion. So these five at least you be prepared in your notes. And meanwhile, if there are any diagrams, there are any schematic diagrams, especially in marriage systems and kinship, you have that stick diagrams. Relation, how a relation should be, and what is it called, different type of relations. So those type of things, so basically your topic, and this notes preparation is not easy. You cannot, prepare notes straight away. If you want to write a 1 page, 1.5 page notes, basically you have to have clarity about this topic. Again, I am saying, without clarity, if you start writing the notes, you will end up writing a big notes, voluminous notes, which will not be helpful for you. Again, you have to, while studying your notes again during the time of revision, or during the course of time, you will again be confused. You will again start thinking, oh, what I have written. Again, you have to go to the original source and you have to read that. Once you are writing the notes, that means you have decent idea of the topic, and you are basically summarizing the whole things. You are basically collecting information from different sources and you are putting it in your own words for your consideration, and each person should write their notes. Don't, if you read other person's notes, it will not be helpful, especially in optionals, especially in an optional like anthropology. So this is the third subtopic, and fourth subtopic is last one is interlinking. Interlinking of topics, it's very important in anthropology. Why? Because again, as I said, anthropology is a vast subject. You have so many branches. You have little bit of archaeology, you have little bit of biology, you have little bit of sociology, you have little bit of political science, you have economics, you have little bit of everything you have applied anthropology. And second paper of yours is Indian anthropology. It deals with the Indian context. So first, for every first paper topic, you should be able to link the second paper topics. The same theories, how is it applied to the Indian context? If you write Indian anthropology paper without studying the first paper, you don't understand anything. Basically, suppose there is a sacred cow concept. You have to basically understand what is the functional approach, who is Malinowski, what did he do, and all those things. Similarly, there are so many anthropologists who studied Indian social system. M.N. Srinivas theories about Sanskritization, Westernization, everything. You need to basically have the background of theories of the first part, or how different what is his approach basically. Then only you will be able to analyze his thing. If you don't understand what is his basically approach, you will not be able to appreciate how it is applied to Indian context. So please, interlinking of paper 1, paper 2 topics and paper 1, paper 2 topics to current topics is very important, very important. So this is my fourth and last topic for anthropology. I'll just again summarize the 4 points which I have said. First is your syllabus. Second one is listing out branches of anthropology. Third one is how to prepare for each topic, how to write notes for each topic. And fourth one is basically interlinking different topics. And whenever there are examples, diagrams, maps, please do represent them. It adds a lot of marks in anthropology. So this is more or less, I think it's half an hour as I planned. This is more or less about anthropology. I think I'll finish second part also. Then third part we can have discussions on all the 3 topics. Second one is again notes making. This is in context of general studies again. Now general studies again for mains. I'm not talking about prelims. Prelims is a different ball game. I'll stress more. I'll keep my discussion to the mains topics. Basically, if you again same exercise as you did it for anthropology, you have to have syllabus of all the papers in your room, sticked in your room. You have to read each and every topic what are there in the GS syllabus 100 times. You have to remember them, because you need to know what civil service examination is expecting from you. So you basically, my division of syllabus is of course there are 5 papers, 1 essay plus 4. My generalized division, if I bifurcate, you can divide the entire general studies into 2 parts. One is the static topics and second one is dynamic topics. That means static topics are basically not associated with current affairs. Of course everything can be associated with current affairs, but why I'm saying static topics is there are some topics in history, in geography, in polity, in even economy, where the syllabus, like, you can basically prepare the notes for it directly without thinking much about the current affairs thing. That means, for example, world geography. They have different concepts like plateau, plains, deserts, and other landforms. These landforms, basically, you have to know about them, irrespective of whether there are current affairs on them or not. These things should be in your notes. They have to be in your notes. And second part is again the dynamic thing. That means which can be linked to the current events. For example, international relations, India-Africa relations, for example, India-Israel relations, India-China relations, which is very, currently very important. Just give me 1 second. I'll just attend one. Sorry. So basically, things which are associated with your current events, be it international relations, be it economic policies, be it political, about Indian polity, be it about science and technology, be it about disaster management, environment, trade, commerce. All these things basically can be linked with your current affairs. For that, you need daily updation of your knowledge. One-time preparation doesn't suffice. So what, in short, I'll not go deep into the note making of GS, but I can just I'll just give you an overview of how basically you can prepare notes for GS. Best way is what I did was I've taken 4-5 spiral binding books, big ones, 200 page, 300 page spiral binding white papers. Then I listed all the possible topics, not directly, page wise. So for example, I am just again giving international relations example. So international relations, what I did was I divided India relation with other countries into few parts. Say for example, India European Union, India America, India Canada, India South America and Caribbean, India Pakistan, India China, India ASEAN, India Japan, India South Korea. So it will be like 10-12 topics. You leave one or two pages for it. For big ones like India China, you leave 3 pages. So whenever you read newspaper, you basically write common background for each of these topics when you prepare. But whenever the current affairs come, don't write. I mean, I'm not saying don't write, but what I prefer is rather than writing daily date-wise current affairs, you fill these in the relevant topics. Suppose on this date, today 17 September, there is one news about India-China relationship. There is an article, there is an editorial. You have a lot of information on it. Basically, you understood the gist. You note down it India-China page. Again, on say 24th, again India-China thing came up. Instead of writing 17 different notes 24th, you add this 24th notes to India-China page. Similarly, India-US. What happens is basically you will understand the chronology also. How basically international relations are changing. Similarly, economics. Economics, again, you have so many different topics. You have agriculture, you have industry, you have banking, you have trade and commerce, you have markets and all. So, for subdivisions you make, subparts you make. You leave 2 pages, 3 pages. Same date wise, 17th September. Suppose there is a news about agriculture, some program of government for supporting agriculture. You write down there. Again, tomorrow there is some news about industry. You write in industry page. So what happens is if you write notes in this kind of thing, when you finally revise, because writing date wise is a very painful task and reading is more painful. If you write a particular notes date wise, it's very difficult to understand the things. There will be different terms, one and the same things will reappear. there will be a lot of repetition and there will be no continuity. You read, suppose, news of June and you read news of December. In June something they'll say, and December something else will come up. You have read something in June and you have read something in December, and you will be reading again in next June, you will be reading again something else. How do you remember all these three things together? The only way is you maintain that thing at the same page. I think that is the only tip I wanted to tell in notes making. The best way, I feel that is the best way to prepare notes. Small things. Again, if you complicate the things, it is not going to help. Now, if you expect people to write news like the Hindu or editorials like the Hindu, it's not possible. In fact, I would like you to focus more on news on air. I think it's my opinion. Again, other people may differ. The Hindu is, I feel, it's too left oriented, and you get only one side of the view. Basically, if you want a balanced view, if you want good discussions, there is news on air. There are discussions. It's a very good. There are very good, and even Rajya Sabha TV, Lok Sabha TV, they also give very good discussions. Basically, you have both sides of the view. Most of these newspapers, in fact, these days I've stopped reading newspapers because they present only one side of the view too much. So better is to get both sides of the view. Then, based on your ingenuity, you can decide what is best for you and what is your final opinion. So this is basically my what do you say, my advice or suggestion for you how to make notes for general studies. Then third one, motivation and all. I would like to take questions. Motivation, there's nothing. You have to read. There's nothing more to say. I cannot tell you stories. I have read this much. I have read that much. I'll never tell such stories. So basically, you have to read. You are the best judge where you stand. You keep writing answers. Keep attempting practice tests. Talk to your you know teachers, talk to your friends whom you trust, take opinion. You again work on things uh, that you are not strong in. So these things will help. The only thing is, better approach for studying civil services is, again, as I said, rather than focusing in one area, you get idea in all areas. Don't leave any area unturned. They are not going to give you a medal if you are again expert in economics or expert in political science or something. No one is going to appreciate it, and civil services is not looking for such type of things. It is looking for a person's having knowledge, broad knowledge on everything, and how that knowledge can be used for administrator. So with these words, I can take questions if you have any. uh,
Yes.
I hope this is helpful.
Yes.
So yeah.
Hello. Yes, students, if you have any doubts, you can ask, please. Go on. So Mukesh, yeah, one by one, let me first, when to start answer writing after prelims or before itself from day one? This is a question from one of our student. After he want to start answer writing, so it's better to start after prelims or before itself, or from day one?
See, answer writing, again, I told, answer writing is, it doesn't, it is not like you start answer writing for 2 months and you get expertise in answer writing. Answer writing is basically how you present your thoughts on paper. The best way to practice answer writing is by making your own notes. That is the best way to do it. You study something and you write the gist of it in your own words, and that should happen daily. That you cannot say after prelims only I will start writing the gist. People might have cracked like that also. I'm not saying this is the only way, but better way is to daily, when you write your notes, that itself is your answer writing practice.
Yes.
So yeah, start now itself.
Yes.
Don't
So
wait.
you got the answer. So Shiva Prakash sir told that you have to practice from day one only. There is no prelims before or prelims after. From today only, you have to start your answer writing practice. And the second question is from Mukesh. He want to ask that previously anthropology questions were static and now most of the questions were contemporary related. So how to strategize our preparation to get broad vision on every topic on anthropology? So his question is how to link current topics with contemporary. So how his strategy need to be?
Yeah, I think every optional they are going towards that thing. If you take public administration, political science, geography, anthropology, they want our people to understand the contemporary relevance. That is what I told about applied anthropology. So basically, applied anthropology is applying the concept of anthropology to the current events. So when you will get those things is, first thing you have to understand the concepts of anthropology. That is a basic thing. Second thing is, once you understand these topics and you have a decent idea, when you read news articles, when you read different anthropological, if you have any journals or something, you'll get a fairly good idea. Oh, this is the topic, this is functionalistic approach, and this is how it happened, or any other theories, any other concepts. This is a family, concept of family, this is a concept of diverse, everything. Basically, you read the concepts and you start linking it. That's why I stress the first point more. Basically, you have to understand the topics first. Why you have to understand the topics is, what topics are there is, suppose for example I am reading some Paleolithic tools or drawings that are found in somewhere in Tamil Nadu or Kerala. Now immediately you have to, there should be some strike in your mind saying that, okay, I have these topics in anthropology. Now I can immediately, you can make a note of these topics. There were some cave, and then when you prepare or in the course of preparation, you can think about it. Okay, there were these, what is Paleolithic, what are the types of tools used, what is the significance of latest discoveries, how is it useful. No, this is the applied part. So yes, as you told, contemporary questions are the norm of the day in any optional, and that is how it should be. They cannot keep on asking static questions. They cannot keep on asking explain the relevance of genes or something like that. They have to move towards uh, contemporary things. That's what they are doing. So once you read the topics, once you read the newspaper, when you are reading the newspaper, you have to have the in mind that, okay, this is there in my syllabus, I have to stress this more. That's why I said you read the syllabus 100 times.
Very good. Yes, Mukesh, I think you got the answer. I will add one more point to it. As you know, from 1 year, we are providing Anthropology Current Affairs magazine, only place where anthropology monthly magazines are provided. You can go through it, your contemporary will be covered. You have to link it, you have to add to the concept, as Shiva Prakash sir told. And another student is asking that uh, by September, we started a batch in the month of June and it is going to come to an end by September 30th. So she want to ask that how to continue anthropology, how to be in touch with anthropology post September. Why? Because she completed now. She up to September she is in touch with anthropology. Now I am going to complete my syllabus. From September, how my strategy need to be is the question.
I suggest you start writing notes if you haven't, or if you already have prepared the notes, then I think it's better you revise frequently, at least weekly once. I think that's the only way how you can be in touch with any subject. A constant revision, constant remembrance of topics and all. Otherwise, it's very difficult. I think you can start writing notes if you didn't. If you have wrote decent notes, then you can revise that notes.
Very good. So yes, Manu, got any more questions, please? Any more questions? Yes. Thank you, Manoj. Yes. So one more question I want to ask you, Shiva. Uh, so what made you to sustain the motivation? Why? Because I know you that first attempt you went to interview, but you could not clear. Second attempt you got 141 rank. So how we can come back from the failure? What made you to come? So you can be demotivated after you went to interview, could not clear, but in the second attempt you performed very well. You got 141 rank. Later 114. So how the attitude of the student should be there for the failures or for the family problems? Lot of problems the students will be facing. We also face, you also face, everyone will be facing. So how the attitude should be there for this toughest examination in the India? Please.
One thing is, see, whatever we do, whatever strategies we say, whatever preparations, sometimes good preparations people make, people fail to go through this exam. That is there, especially in exam like civil services. It's very tricky exam. uh, Again, I cannot answer that in a general way, in a motivation thing. The only thing is, once you start realizing your mistakes or realizing your weak areas, analyzing your weak areas, that automatically that gives your motivation. That's how I actually went about it, rather than thinking, I have to do it, I have to do it. No, that motivation will be there for people. But better way is, you keep on thinking about your weak areas, where you should improve, analyze your weak points, and then you work on it. Then that gives you confidence automatically. As I said, best analogy is to take Australian cricket team. Once they lose a particular match, second time compulsory they will cover all the aspects that they have, uh, they did their mistakes. That is the best way I feel for a person. No other than that, family problems, other things, that it's a very difficult thing. But when you want to crack the exam, I think these things you have to face, because once you come into service, you will face a lot of other greater challenges. So these challenges are nothing. So I think you will be able to face those challenges easily. So my simple answer would be, you analyze your mistakes, you continuously try to overcome your mistakes, make your preparation foolproof, and even then, by bad luck, if you lose it, you give next attempt. If all our attempts are complete, then okay, no problem. You have given your best. That is all matters. So that is my answer.
Yes. Thank you, Shiva. So according to the karma, the phala will be there. I want to add one point to it. The point is, when you want to quit, you have to think why you have started it. So if there is a strong why, nothing, no problem will be stopping you. Only why you started, why you are quitting. That is the only answer. And one more student messaged me. Now she want to ask me that, sir, after preparing some books for specific subjects or optional anthropology, she is telling that whether is it sufficient or not. So there is a thing like unsatisfaction, dissatisfaction, that I have to read more or something I have to cover. So whether we have to limit our resources or whether we have to read a lot of resources, please can you throw some light?
Yeah, again, civil service examination, the syllabus is endless. There are a lot of, there is the, as you say, for namesake only, it is a syllabus basically. Basically, they can ask you anything under the sun. So if you want to read a lot of books, you can read. It is your convenience and your patience. But more than reading a number of books, again, as I said, if you understand what civil services examination is expecting from you, it is not a science exam. It is, especially engineers, doctors, they confuse this examination. They don't understand the purpose of this examination. They keep on specializing on a particular thing. UPS civil service examination doesn't want you specialize in things, but it wants you to know the things and how you are basically applying the things. That is the most important thing. So even if you read 100 books or even if you read 10 good books, at the end of the day, how much you basically grasped it from it, how much syllabus you have, idea about it, and how are you able to link it with current affairs. That is the trick. No, there is no simple answer. I may tell you, you read 20 books. Tomorrow you say, sir, I read 20 books. You said I'll get a rank, but I did not get a rank. That is not how it works. No one can say that you read these 5-6 books or 10 books or 20 books, you will get a rank. If that is the case, everyone will read those 20 books. So please, these books thing and all, there will be some standard very good books. You have to read them. There is no other way. But what I'm saying is, unnecessarily for each and every topic, if you end up reading 4-5 books, and at the end of the day, you are confused and you don't take away anything from those books. The reading of those 4-5 books is immaterial for your exam. Even if you read 2 good books, say for example polity Lakshmikant, and if there is any other good book, you can read those 2 books. How much you have grasped from that polity, and how much basically you're applying those concepts or those things to your current affairs, how you are basically preparing notes, and how you are prepared if a question comes. How are you retrieving your data from your mind or from your preparation? That is more important. So there is no direct answer. I cannot say whether it is sufficient or not, but I think your preparation should be holistic preparation.
Yes, thank you. One more student asked one question: whether anthropology is for biology background student. Why? Because I know you. You are my school friend. You did your engineering. You are not a so whether this is a myth or is it true that anthropology is for biology students, science background students?
Biology students will definitely have advantage when it comes to the physical anthropology part. But again, as I said, these are not difficult topics. These are all 10th standard topics, which I think in one reading you can easily understand. Especially genetics, mitosis, meiosis, these things are all, these were there in your school syllabus, 10th class syllabus. And even if they are not there, you haven't read or you have not remembered them, one reading I think will be sufficient. Again, I don't think they will have great advantage, but yes, the physical anthropology part, I think they will be able to cover quickly than what you can do. That is the only thing. Again, physical anthropology also, please go to next level. Don't stop at understanding genes or something, and then you think that your preparation is complete. No, there are lots and lots of studies that are there, especially physical anthropology, especially about genetics, the variations in different tribes, the especially epidemiologic, forensic. These things are very current topics. And for this, after having a base of physical anthropology, you have to basically extend your preparation to those sides, applied parts. Then only your preparation will be complete. So to answer simply, it's not true that it's only for biology students. Of course, biology people will have advantage, but everyone can study, no problem.
So finally, last question from my side. So for everyone, why Shiva is taking the name of cricket? Because he's a very good cricketer. That's why he's frequently using the cricket word. My question, my last one query is, please give some advice for our students who are going to write mains 2020 and who are going to attempt in 2021.
Mains 2020, for people who are preparing, again, as I said, if you can make notes even now, I think it's possible. I think you have 2 months, 3 months time. I don't know when is the mains, but even now you can actually make good notes. You systematically study the things, understand the concept. Simple thing in the whole of preparation is don't make things complex. You have to make things simple from complex. Again, I'll take an example of Hindu editorials. Don't make things like Hindu editorials. So it's a what do you say? It has become a norm that to study Hindu editorials and all. But actually, frankly speaking, civil service examination doesn't expect you to write in such a language. No one expects you to write in such a language. Don't be scared seeing those editorials and other things. You write in a normal English, proper English, with clarity of thought, with correct facts. That is enough for any topic. You need not write excellent, articles as if you are writing some newspaper articles. You need not. For everything, make very simple. Cover all topics, cover all facets of it, and you give your opinion with clarity. You substantiate your opinion. That's it. So what my opinion is, whatever you study, whatever you have studied till now, and whatever you will study in for the next means, just make things simple. Make everything simple, understandable to you, so that only you can put it across to the examiner or invigilator. If you don't understand or you don't digest the things, you cannot basically give the output. If you take in so many complex things, you cannot give the same output. You understand, you break down things, make subparts. What do you say in computer science? There is this strategy called divide and conquer. That's the best strategy. You divide everything, you attack each part, then it will be easy for you to remember everything. So that is my advice.
Yes. Thank you very much, Shiva.